process of.
Now, a satirical magazine in Paris has been firebombed after its latest edition claimed to have been guest edited by the Prophet Mohammed. Well, I'm joined by the French journalist Nabila Ramdani. Nabila, the magazine is called Charlie Hebdo. It's been suggested that this is sort of the French equivalent to Private Eye. Is that the correct way to characterise it?
Yeah, very much so. It's essentially a weekly satirical magazine which is leaning towards the left, essentially. And it has published today a special edition dedicated to Sharia law. And it has, I've seen the cover picture, and it has a picture of a cartoon image of the Prophet, complete with a red nose. And the edition is also full of so-called satirical jokes about Islam. And it has a picture of a jolly-looking bearded Prophet wearing a white turban saying, 100 lashes if you do not die of laughter. So of course that led a group of individuals to burn down the offices of the magazine, and it has to be said that, you know, nobody should condone law breaking, especially arson in heavily populated areas like the 20th arrondissement of Paris, where lives could have been put at risk.
Now, this magazine says that this was a celebration of victory of the Islamist party in last week's election in Tunisia, but they clearly knew what they were doing. It was clearly very tongue-in-cheek, and of course they have touched controversy before, because when there were the Danish magazine cartoons published in 2007, this magazine attracted criticism for republishing them, didn't they?
Yeah, Charlie Hebdo has form on this. In 2005 it republished the cartoons, the Danish cartoons, deeply offensive as it was seen by Muslims, not just in France but around the world. And now it seems that Charlie Hebdo is choosing its moment to shock everybody all over again. As you said, it comes in the wake of the Arab Spring revolutions of in Libya and Tunisia in particular, where Muslim groups seems to have done particularly well. Essentially, there's a very serious message behind this kind of humour, saying effectively that Islam is not compatible with democracy, and that's very much how it's perceived.
It's been widely criticised, the firebombing by the French political establishment, but what's the feeling on the street amongst normal French people? What do they think about what's happened?
Well, you put that in the context of Islam in France, and the content of the magazine was clearly designed to cause maximum offence. We're talking about a country with 6 million Muslims, the biggest population in Europe, where Muslims experience all sorts of discriminations on a day-to-day basis, including in jobs, housing, and education, and indeed religious expression. And of course, publishing images of the Prophet is blasphemous under Islamic law. And many view it as pure racism dressed up as a satire.
Is it out of business? The magazine has promised that it's going to have a publication out next week.
I think it relishes the publicity, and it was, you know, designed to create a huge controversy. So I think they can rejoice over that if the aim was that, of course.
Nabila, thanks very much. Well, this is Sky News. Coming up after the